Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Just the Introvert. My name is Jessica and I am here to talk to you in this video about how I manage my full-time job, going to school for my MBA, Master's in Business Administration, and also juggling being in nonprofit organizations, volunteering, and having a second job and just doing a whole bunch of other stuff that causes my schedule to be so busy. So before we get started, I just want to note that I want to thank everyone for watching my videos, even through all the audio issues as well as the sound quality, as the video quality, and the audio issues. I recognize that I am soft-spoken and that people really can't hear me, but I also recognize that I do need to get better with editing videos, and I think that's important. That I appreciate the feedback and people that do comment and respond, because it does help me to get better with doing these videos. Also, I do have my phone with me so I can have my notes, and that's going to help me to not feel like I need to talk off of memory, and I can just kind of slowly just go through and talk to you all about what I wanted to share and not feel like I have to remember everything. So let's get started in this video. So basically, I have been asked, how do I juggle everything? Because I am busy. I do a lot. I'm talking about my real estate career in my previous video. I've talked about being in graduate school and just a whole bunch of things. And I think it's important to share with you all how I balance everything. So with my full-time job, that is like my typical 9 to 5 data analyst within higher education, and that is something that's like my main source of income, and I love doing that job, and I balance that out with meetings during the day and work. I have times where it's busy seasons and I have work that I'm doing, but I have time where it's not as busy and I can kind of slow down. And so during my breaks or lunch breaks, that's when I'll do some of my schoolwork and get some things done that I need to get done. But overall, it's not too demanding of a job, and I do work well under pressure, so I don't feel like it's a lot that I have to do, because I pretty much get work done fast and can get it out within a day or two, so it doesn't take me a long time. So going into school, like I was saying, I utilize my break time during work to do any assignments, to break time to do my assignments, or just make sure I stay on track with any assignments that I'm doing, classes and announcements with professors, checking my school email, making sure I'm up to date on everything. And that has been helpful, and not feeling like, oh, I got to check my email, or I can't do it until I get back home, because that can be a lot. And with the MBA program, it is a candidacy program, so therefore it is a lot more pressure to make sure that you are meeting the requirements and the expectations of the university. And so I have to make sure I start my assignments early. That has been helpful to make sure I get everything out of the way and not feel like I'm cramming. Group projects have been helpful, because even though there are challenges with group projects, for some people they don't like group work because they feel like people don't do their part, or the communication is limited. It does help with me, and it does help with you not having to do a lot of work. So I feel like it breaks down the amount of work that you have to do, opposing to you having to do the work yourself. So I do appreciate the group works, because doing a full-time job, having a full-time job and a part-time job, it does just help break down the amount of work that you have to do for each assignment. So I do enjoy having the group work. And then real estate. So I'm also a real estate agent, and I became a real estate agent this year, and I decided to do that because I wanted to have a second career where I could have financial freedom, but I also wanted to help people with buying homes, selling homes, or investing, because I was once in their shoes where I was looking for a home, and I felt like the experiences that I had helped me to learn, what a realtor should do, what a realtor should not do. And I really took I actually went to school, real estate school, right before I started classes with my MBA program. And during the winter break after my classes ended, that's when I took the exam and passed the exam. And I have been practicing real estate. I've been practicing real estate ever since. Leadership. So I am involved in several organizations, and I have mentioned this in my previous videos, but I'll say it again: NCNW and NCBW. NCNW is National Council of Negro Women, and NCBW is National Coalition of 100 Black Women. Both have similar pillars: health, education, economic empowerment, and public policy, and social justice. But one is different from the other. One is an advocacy program, and that is NCBW. So with NCNW, I do have a leadership position there, and shout out to my N sisters. I have a leadership position called Young Adult Collegiate Section, Young Adult VP. And that position basically helps collegiate students, college students, to be able to charter a collegiate section on campus. And so I help them to get all the paperwork in, send to national, and help them get chartered. So I have helped several schools, universities, get the process with chartering, and that means I have to meet, with individuals and and carve out time to talk to them about the process and be able to help them, get through that time. And so leadership, I feel like, has helped me to grow professionally, because it's helped me to build relationships with people and be more personable and develop skills. And so as an introvert, that's something that has been really helpful, because a lot of times we don't know like how to kind of be more extroverted in ways in which that's just can be natural and like come easy. And so I feel like a leadership position can really help you to kind of grow personally and develop those skills that you need, that can help you in every area of your life. So going into advice, I would say, or like tips, I would say the first thing is have everything on your calendar. Everything on your calendar is going to help you to manage your time block your time if you need to. It's really going to help you to be successful in what you are doing and what you're trying to do. I really advise on that, because everything is on my calendar, from school, from the classes. I'll have my class time, that's on my calendar. Meetings, that's on my calendar. I have a saying now that if it's not on my calendar, it's not happening. So it has to be on my calendar. I don't have literally every single thing on my calendar, but I do have important things on my calendar that allow me to make sure I don't miss any appointments, I don't miss any meetings, and I get everything done. And I think that's important, to make sure that you just have those important. I think it's important to make sure you have those tasks that you need to complete, and then also just time blocking your time if you need to take time out to do work, do assignments, and everything like that. The second advice I would give is to not say yes to everything. Although it would be nice to just do every single thing that you may be interested in, and it would be nice if I could do a whole bunch of things, but I feel like I don't want to say yes to everything just because I can. I think sometimes we need to recognize our schedule. What can we do? What can we do? And make sure we're not being burnt out, and make sure that we can balance it so we're not feeling like we can't meet those expectations that other people may have of us or we have of ourselves. And so I've never been a type of person where I feel like I want to attend 5 meetings or 3 meetings at the same time. I feel like that can be overwhelming, and I feel that that can make it where you're not fully present in a meeting that you are attending. So I just say, don't do everything even though you can do it or you enjoy doing it. I would say really look at your schedule and look at what you're currently doing and seeing like, is this something I can do? And then just also, if it's something that you do want to do, you might have to sacrifice other things in order to do that one thing that you're really interested in doing. So I feel that that's important. Stop waiting until your life is perfect. There's never a perfect time, or there's not a right time to do everything. When I started my MBA program, I didn't have a set time where I wanted to start it. When I started to be in leadership organizations, when I didn't have a set time where I wanted to do things. It just, everything has happened without me planning anything out. So that is something that I do. And then another advice I would say is just getting your rest and recharge yourself, because especially as an introvert, because a lot of times I feel like I just need to basically, I wouldn't say sit down and do nothing, but if it's just me watching a movie or binge watching a TV show that I need to catch up on that I've been wanting to see, that's generally what I'll do, because I feel like sometimes you just need to break from doing all the work, doing tasks, doing everything that you need to do. And I feel like it's important to make sure you have the right amount of balance. And rest is important to me. I feel like rest is important. I give my 7-8 hours of sleep, and I feel that it's important to get your sleep, because for me, if I don't get enough sleep and I wake up the next day, I'm gonna be groggy. I'm not gonna feel like doing anything, and so I feel like then I don't have a productive day. So no matter what I do, I always make sure I get sleep. I always make sure I eat, get nutrition, everything like that. I don't neglect that. So I would definitely make sure you're getting your sleep. So if you're watching this and you're overwhelmed, or you feel like the things that you're doing is overwhelmed, I would just say, like, you're not alone. I've learned to kind of balance everything, especially being in school and in a candidacy program. It is a lot, and I take that very seriously. So I just say, like, just make sure you're taking time out for yourself. Make sure you're doing everything that you want to do without feeling like you're sacrificing everything. And I feel like it's all about balance, all about making sure that you can do it and just not feeling overwhelmed and feeling like, oh, I just got too much stuff to do, I can't do it. Or like, don't feel like that. Like, just make sure like you just balance everything. And if you feel overwhelmed, like, take a break from whatever is making you feel overwhelmed, whatever you have to do, because I feel like it's important to balance everything. So if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, I'd like to ask a question. What's one goal you're working towards right now? I know some people in the comments told me that they're working towards MBA program, or someone mentioned wanting to go into Howard MBA program. So what's something that you're working towards that you would like to accomplish? I'd love to hear that. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so